I mean, I don't. You haven't. Me and you haven't been on Zoom in a while. Can you see that?
I recognize that watch. I love it.
No, no, no. Look in front of
Oh
the
wait,
watch.
icon. I love that.
We are Kevin and Stacy Goodman with the Goodman team, and let me introduce Tony Caliendo with ReThink Coaching. He has a wonderful training he wants to tell us about that we're going to go ahead.
Yeah, so we're thrilled to be able to offer it. It's actually part of the Gene Frederick organization. Some of the tools that are offered through the Gene Frederick organization, and we've been blessed by Gene's organization for since we joined EXP. So met Tony shortly after that,
And Gene and Tony have decided to partner up with ReThink. That Tony is that's his company, and so there you go. Tony, take it away. Tell us about your
About the
training.
program?
Yeah,
Awesome.
your program.
Perfect. So always love being with you guys. And, Gene really does see the value in coaching and education. So we have offered a couple programs that we offer at ReThink through just to the general public. And we've partnered with Gene to offer some great opportunities for anyone and his organization at a really nicely discounted rate. So I think the program that we want to focus on today is what we call our launch program. And it really was designed and written for new agents or agents who are having challenges launching their career or their business in real estate. And I don't know about you guys, I can remember, back in 2001, so I'm dating myself. I got my license when I was 12. You get out of real estate school and you're ready to go conquer the world, and you quickly realize that you only learned how to pass the exam.
Right.
Right?
yes, sir. That's exactly right.
We were just saying that recently. Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't really know how to necessarily sell real estate, and then you realize quickly that you also need to set up a business that's going to help you be, sustain your income and have a healthy pipeline of business. So that was the drive that created this program called Launch Coaching. And what it is, it's a 15 module course that is self-paced. Ideally, Kevin and Stacy, the 15 modules you'd want to get through in 30 days or less is really ideal because that keeps you in momentum. But they're individual modules, one a day. So if you did 4 weeks, 1, 2, and 3, and then did 3 your last week, you'd get through the 15. And we take you on a journey. We take you on, just the basics. What is real estate? And we walk you through how to do proper lead generation, what it takes to work with buyers, how to handle any buyer objections, buyer consultations. So you really can be more masterful at that part of the business. Then we flip over to the seller side and we learn how to lead generate to find sellers, what it takes to get a listing appointment, and then also just to set yourself up for ultimate success, some pre-listing qualification and a true listing presentation for you to use on the appointment.
That sounds wonderful.
Right. Yeah. So something you said, Tony, set yourself up in business to be successful. I think for many real estate agents, they go into the market or into the business not really realizing they're setting up a small business.
Correct.
So your plan, your launch program, that's going to give them some business basics too, to kind of use as a springboard to actually launch a business rather than just get out there and or sit back and wait on your phone to ring.
Right.
Yeah, right. The Field of Dreams approach doesn't approach, right? Build it and they will come. You got to really put some effort in. So that's what we love about the program. We don't teach contracts. We figure you've had a lot of that in real estate school and you've graduated from it. This really teaches you how to sell. And we teach about different language patterns, successful ways and words to use to get people to move forward to a yes, and just really helping you all around set yourself up. Because I think a lot of times we do get out of real estate school and you feel like it's just going to happen, and you've really got to launch your career and your business and take ownership of it. So what we love about it is we've launched this over a year ago, and most agents that go through it that are willing to do the work will find themselves, if they move through the program at a quicker pace in less than 30 days, find themselves with at least 2 leads within 45 days. And that's the magic. There's nothing more frustrating than, it's like, getting a Ferrari but not getting the keys. You get your license and you don't have a client, there's nothing to do. So our intention was within 60 days to get you at least 1 lead. And statistically, what's happened is those agents who really commit to and do the work are finding themselves with at least 2 leads in 45 days. So it's pretty powerful.
That's great, because we've talked to so many new agents lately that are just, they don't know where to go, because like you said, you're only taught contracts. You're not taught how to do real estate. So I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. And something I'd like to point out though is when you say leads, these aren't, oh, well, somebody visited my website. These are actually bona fide leads that will eventually lead to a closing for somebody. If you keep working them, it'll be you, and if not, then it's whoever did work them.
That's it, Kevin. We teach you how to generate the lead, and then we teach you how to keep it, through using some resources, either whether it's a CRM or a manual system that keeps you engaged and in front of that client. And we consider a lead to be anybody who's looking to do something within 30 days. So that is a ready, willing, and able buyer or seller who's ready to do something in the next 30 days. So it's really, you both know that what you do today tends to impact you in 90 days from today, right? And so we don't have a lot of time to waste. As a new agent, you've paid some heavy fees to get into real estate, and you did this to make money. And at the end of the day, we love helping people, yet selfishly or not selfishly, we need to make some money. And that's what we're here to do, to help that portion of it get off the ground. And honestly, the modules, it's a bit of work. So this is not for somebody who just wants to dabble. This is for somebody who really wants a career in real estate. The modules can take anywhere from 1 hour to 3 hours to complete every day. And they put you into action. So yeah, I'm excited when people reach out and say, oh my gosh, I got my first lead, and it's 40 days into the program. That's exactly what we wanted to happen.
I wish we'd had something like this back in 2004 when I started.
Right. When we first got in the business, had we been introduced to this style of, and actually, Stacy brought up something right there that I want to touch on. And I think that this is something that won't be used in the first part of this, but I did want to touch on this while we had you on and were able to record. We met you, like I said earlier, we met you back when Stacy joined. She wanted to try coaching. I've never really thought a lot about coaching, or I never really give it any real thought, because the closest thing we had to any coaching was either an office meeting with the office manager, or we paid pretty good money back in the day for Floyd Wickman. So that's dating ourselves. Most agents listening to us today won't know who Floyd Wickman is or was. So anyway, coaching for us, going back to when we first met, when Stacy joined, I'd been with EXP for a few months, and Stacy came over because of the domestic team program, and Gene and you had just launched a coaching program that Gene helped put together with you. So anyway, it boosted our production. We were always considered ourselves fairly high producers, even though we weren't just killing it. We were making a fair living at a 50-50 split. And then we move over to EXP, and the model's so much different. We're doing really well, but we were missing that coaching portion, and you were able to help us move past that. So we've always been really appreciative of that. And many agents, I think, probably like me and go, oh, coaching, I don't need somebody to tell me what to do.
Right.
So let's talk about that some, Tony.
Tell me what to do.
What's your experience with that?
It's funny. I was the same. There was a point in my real estate career where things weren't going so great. And, I was introduced to coaching and I was like, gosh, I got to pay a lot of money for somebody to make me do what I already know I should be doing. Right. And I think that's the magic, Kevin, of having a coach is the majority of people that we coach, I think instinctively, what to do. You're just finding yourself not doing it, whether it's a limiting belief or just, I think the gift of being an entrepreneur is you don't really have anybody that's going to fire you. I mean, you're not going to fire yourself if you don't perform. You might go broke, but you're not going to fire yourself. And so I too fell to that where I don't know if I should really need a coach. And at the time it was $1,000 a month and it's a big investment. And within 90 days of being with my coach, I saw the value quickly. And I think the thing about coaching or any program that you go into, whether you know what to do or not, it's nice to hear it from somebody else. And it takes the learning curve way down. And so
Yes.
it helps you accelerate your career. And I think that's what we're all after is, right? We tell our sellers that we're going to help them net the most amount of money in the quickest time possible. Well, coaching helps you do the same thing as an agent. It helps you net clients. It helps you get to a closing in the quickest time possible and then give you the tools to sustain it. So you're not on that roller coaster ride of have a closing, don't have a closing, have a closing, don't have a closing. So yeah, I too. And then personally, I have 2 coaches right now. I will always have a coach, not just because I am a coach, but I need it. I need somebody to light a fire under me as well. So, I have 2 different coaches for different areas of my business and life, and it makes a huge difference.
We found it very beneficial.
Yeah.
So I wanted to touch on that while we had you. Part of the program that you and Gene have launched kind of goes back to offers a coaching format too, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes. So this is, it's a do with, not a do to, which is really what coaching is, right? It's a do with process. And so if you're willing to engage and work with me through the program, because it's me on all the videos and me giving the instruction, I promise you're going to see success. You just are. Now, I can't force it, and I don't have a magic wand or coaching dust that I can sprinkle over you, right? You got to engage, but this is definitely a coaching program. So it's a great start in your career. And after that, when you've got some transactions coming in, if you choose to take it to another level, there's other programs available as well.
So that's kind of where I was going. So after the launch program, or maybe maybe we're talking to an agent, or maybe an agent seeing this that says, well, I'm beyond the launch. I've got a little business, but I'd like to increase the business. I mean, you haven't been on Zoom in a while. Can you see that?
I recognize that watch. I love it.
No. Look in front of the watch.
Icon. I love that.
So you knew I got that one.
I did not know. I did know that one. I didn't know the icon one. Right. I thought maybe you got the watch for yourself for becoming an icon.
Right. Yeah. No. So anyway, the icon. I like to kind of give you credit for that. You were coaching us when we first got the first icon, maybe even the second icon. Missed it a little bit this year again, but the market's been crazy. But my point is so somebody that's kind of like us, maybe mid-production level, wanting to get into coaching, there's a program for that as well, right?
There is, Kevin. There's, what makes ReThink coaching a little bit different is we focus on mindset and business, not just one or the other. And so the marriage of those 2 things really help agents have a breakthrough, regardless of what level of production you might be at. So we've got the launch, which is for new or agents who maybe didn't quite get things off right on their own the first time. That is really designated, as we've explained. Then we have another group program, which is for any level of production. It's a 6-week sprint that we work on mindset and a goal. And so it's a really powerful 6-week program, pretty short-term commitment on the agent part. Yet we, again, marry those 2 things together, and really the gift of it is 6 weeks. We can commit to do anything for 6 weeks, right? And so that gets you into a groove and measurable results from that as well. And then if you were inclined to want custom one-on-one coaching, we've got that available. And that's really probably some of my favorite is to be in a one-on-one partnership like I was with you and Stacy, that you get to really learn and be part of that team. You're really like a third, like for you guys, that's really a third person on the
Yes.
leadership board with you, right? And so the one-on-one coaching is really ideal for someone who is looking to do things differently and wants custom attention or custom tools, not just a part of a group. So that's available. So we've got a couple group programs. The one-on-one is always available. I'm happy to talk to anybody just to explore what that looks like for them in their business. They can always reach out to me and we can have a quick strategy call together and see if it's a fit.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. And a plug for you, Tony, is, like I said, when we started, I was a little bit reluctant.
I had to pull him along. I really wanted coaching, and he was really against it, but he was glad that we did it once we started.
Yeah, we had been with Century 21 back in the day, and we're both multi-million-dollar producers and cappers and everything. Didn't mean anything. We were broke because of the splits were so bad. But that being said, it really did help us get over that. When I heard and I've, me and you've talked, and maybe somebody listened to this hadn't heard me say this, but when I heard the EXP pitch, I heard, hey, we'll give you your cap back, because we were in that range. And then I later heard that we could share a cap, and I was like, oh, so we really do this. And you got involved and pushed us right over the top really quick. So I'm a fan of coaching now. I think that if you're not coaching with somebody, even if it's somebody local, then you're probably not doing yourself justice as an agent.
You're missing out.
Yeah, no, I can agree more. That's why I have a coach, right? It makes me uncomfortable. Has me do things that I maybe wouldn't do on my own had I didn't have a partnership or know that somebody was standing beside me to go through it with me. And I think, Kevin, I know you were resistant to coaching in the beginning, and Stacy, you were really open to it. But over a short amount of time, the thing that made it work, it wasn't me. It was that you two were coachable and you were trusting in the process. And so we might have had, Stacy, I might have drag you along for a month or two, but once you saw the value of it, you became very coachable. And that, I think, is really key. Goes back to that we don't have a magic wand, is please enter this with an open mind and know that it's going to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yep.
Otherwise you wouldn't grow. And so that's part of the magic of having a coaching partnership. So you guys did the work, right? We just strategized together on how to get there quicker. That learning curve again coming down.
And I knew that you were going to hold me accountable.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Well, and for me, a lot of things that a lot of the benefit for me, and me and you've talked about this in the past, is and the three of us have talked about it in the past, is that your organization is very diverse. You've got people all over the country, and you see things working in one area that you share with us in this area, or something working in this area that you might share with somebody in another area. And it actually helps us accelerate our business.
Yeah, I think that's the coolest thing is, we coach across the country in Canada. And just to hear, some of our best ideas come from the clients we coach. And then we're able to share it with you guys to see if it works in your market. And that's the fun part of it. And, Stacey and I have been licensed a long time. I got licensed in 2001. In the first 6 months, we had 9/11 happen. And I learned quickly how volatile the real estate market could be. And it was shortly after that I hired my first coach, because things were not going great. So I do think that collaboration is a huge part of coaching. And, I meet with my coaches that I have once a week. We share ideas, and then we get great ideas from our clients, which is really awesome.
You guys are really awesome, and we appreciate.
We do. We appreciate.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. We appreciate Gene for bringing you back in and reintroducing you to his group, and we hope to make this a growing group for everybody.
Yep. Great coverage.
100%. So we'll put the link in the pricing below for people to take a peek at. It's
Yes.
super easy to sign up, and then put my contact information as well. If somebody's got a question that they want to ask me directly, I'm more than happy to take a call.
Sounds good.
Very good. Thank
All right,
you.
Thank you.
Great to see you guys. Thank you.
Yes,
for the
sir. Good to see you.